Hey, Viking fans, it's time to shout out to the NFL world. How do you like me now? Next in 3, 2, 1. Gather around, Skull brothers and sisters. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. Before we get started, go down and hit subscribe, click like, leave a comment. That's how I can talk with you. I always comment back. I appreciate you guys. It helps push my channel. Let's get going. Minnesota Vikings, Skull Vikings. Let's bring Skull to the bowl. All right, let's get started. Let's get rid of Purple Hulk for now and talk about this guy who has reimagined our defense. He's been the biggest reason why this defense is turning around. I had Matt Anderson on my live show on Tuesday. That's 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern time. Matt Anderson was on my show. He was from Climbing the Pocket. He's got Vikings Happy Hour on Wednesdays. You can check that out. He brought up the fact that we had quiet leaders. We had Harrison Smith. We have Daniil Hunter. We have Eric Kendricks. All quiet leaders. They're not the spark like Everson Griffith was. Now, Zadarius Smith is all that in a bag of chips. This guy is a personality. This is a guy that's going to encourage other people to play with reckless abandon. Just heck with screwing up, man. Play football, get after it. You saw this guy just manhandle the Arizona Cardinals, having his best game in the year, 3 sacks. This guy is going to be the heart and soul of our defense moving forward. He is the Pied Piper of the Minnesota Vikings. How do you like me now? We got Zadarius Smith headed to be All-Pro, headed to the Pro Bowl, taking Skull to the bowl. That's Zadarius Smith. He's everything we expected, and we got him at a discount. This guy, only because he had been injured, he showed the Packers what they're losing. This guy, he is everything that we hoped he'd be and more. He's probably going to have his best sack year of his career. The best sack year I think he had was 13. And the second was 12. He has 8.5 right now. He is everything we expected. We switched from a 4-3 defense to a 3-4, and we did it in a year. Now, you may think that, hey, our defense has, struggled. Well, if you look at the Miami game and this last game, you could say that these have been our defense's best 2 games, except for the Packer game. Now, in the Miami game, they had just extra... they had, because of our 10 3 and outs, the Miami Dolphins just had more attempts, right? And they got 400 and some yards offense against us, but that was only because of the 15 or 14 or 15 possessions they had. But this last game, we had them under 300 into the fourth quarter, and what happened? Our offense struggled, but our defense stepped up, made the 2 stops we needed in a 1-score game, and we won the game. And that's because of plays like Zadarius Smith just being in the backfield the whole game. That was awesome. Who's a guy that's showing up? It's the old guy. Let's put him out of pasture. Hell no. I was happy we signed this guy for like $5 million. Patrick Peterson is a leader. He's a teacher. There was talk about, hey, I'm not here to mentor young players, but he does. He does it anyways. And he's been an example. He showed out against the Cardinals. He played well against Miami. He's understanding this defense better than anybody. And now he's breaking on balls, and he should have more picks than he does. He's been outstanding. Give this guy some credit. Give this guy some love. How do you like me now, Patrick Peterson? How do you like me now? Let's go. I mean, it was a great extension. Is 1 year. We sign this guy next year too. I want him on our team. I want him to be a Viking. I want him to retire a Viking. He's better than anticipated. Everybody thought he was just a a veteran. It's just a veteran past his prime. Playing like he's in his prime now. Teams don't throw his way, and they're learning why not to. He's stepping up to the plate. He's making every play. Here's an example, and he said he tried to just one-hand this ball, but he said he could have caught it with two hands if he tried, but he wanted to show up the Cardinals and catch with one hand. He said that in his podcast. Dude, catch with two hands next time. We would want that pick, to stop showing off. That's how good this guy is. All right. Now, how we're going to move forward, man. Another player that we're going to put out to pasture. How do you like me now? Dalvin Cook having his best game, breaking 100 yards. He should have done it earlier in the year. We're not running. We were one of the least running teams attempts in the league. But Dalvin Cook, we rode him in this last game against the Cardinals. Hell, Madison had a good day too. But Dalvin Cook is our workhorse back. He had 10 carries for 90 yards in the first half. We just struggled. We didn't give him the ball as much. Gave him more rest. Gave the ball to Madison instead. But, hey, that's the kind of thing that we need to do to win games is feed both those guys the ball in the right opportunities. Dalvin Cook, team player, warrior, workhorse, plays injured, plays at a level 11 out of 10 every play. Dalvin Cook is not ready to hang him up. He's one of the better yards per average, 4.9 yards per carry. He's, he's at a yards average. He's in the top 10 per game. If he gets the ball more, he would have been even higher. He had a good receiving game too this last game. He's an all-around back. He's a good blocker. He's a smart player, and he loves the game, and he exudes that to the rest of the team. He wants to be on that field. You got to drag him off that field in a cart if necessary. Dalvin Cook, how do you like me now? Let's go. We just traded for tjhockenson, and how I can describe this is how he's going to help out Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, because the teams have been playing too deep safety on us all year, and we're one of the worst teams in explosive plays on offense. 20 yards or more on receiving. We've only had 6 catches, 5 of them to Justin Jefferson, one to KJ Osborne, 6 receptions that were past 20 yards when they were caught. So, guys, this is how it's going to help us. They cannot play too deep safety when we have a TJ Hockenson running free up that middle. They got to bring somebody down to keep him from catching the ball every single play. And what that's going to do, it's going to open up corner routes, flies one-on-one coverage down the sidelines. It's going to open all that up for Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, even KJ Osborne. This guy is going to make a huge difference. The Vikings are saying, "How do you like me now?" We got TJ Hockenson. He's going to open up this offense for us. And you know what? He can block like a mother too. He is an all-around tight end. It was a great acquisition, and all we did was just trade down in the next 2 drafts. Two rounds in one and 1 round in another. Great trade. This is the kind of thing we needed. Our defense stepped up, so it wasn't a big concern to me. We had Tonga step up. He made that big play to cause the interception because he got pressure on the quarterback. I'm not as worried about our defense anymore. I thought our biggest issue was a big target for Kirk Cousins, and this is that in spades. 6'5", wide catch radius. And the 2 best things you could say he does is he blocks well and his yak yards. After he catches the ball, this guy is looking for more, and he's got a knack for it, and he looks like the Vikings logo. All right, so this is a big-time fit. Vikings are saying, "How do you like me now? Let's go." We're bringing Skull to Bull, and we're doing it with TJ Hockenson. He's going to make that big a difference. Who would think a tight end would make a huge difference in an offense? Well, this one will. You'll see it coming forward as we work them into the offense. Now, the person that's saying, how do you like me now the rest of the season, is this guy. He wants it. He wants victory. He can smell it. We're 6-1 because we don't make mistakes. We're turning the ball over. We're getting short fields. And that's only going to help out Kirk Cousins moving forward. If we keep up that trend, we add another weapon. And now we can throw the long ball because no more 2 deep safeties every single play. Kirk Cousins is going to eat, throwing it downfield because now we got a weapon up the middle. We finally got a receiver over 6 foot tall and a badass one to boot. So I think Kirk Cousins is going to have a great second half of the season, or second 2/3 of the season. He's ready to eat, guys. Kirk Cousins, he's all that swag and a bag of chips. Believe it or not, Kirk Cousins is the leader of this team, and you can tell in KOC, give him a lot of credit. He's making the environment for him to thrive in, even though statistically he's not doing good as he has in the past. But he is making the right decisions. He's making the checks at the line. He's been clutch that you may have never seen him before. We saw it last year, but now it's 2 years in a row where he's winning games in the last drive in the fourth quarter. Now we just need to see it consistently every game throughout the game, and we'll start blowing out some teams. Let's start it this week with the Washington Commanders. Let's have Kirk Cousins bring Skull to the bowl. How do you like me now? Skull Vikings, let's go. See you next time. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. Cue the music. Thank you, Viking fans, for listening. Make sure you catch my other episodes. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Thank you. Skull Vikes.